Becky, you notice already? That makes a lot of noise when I put that down.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay.
That's what people laugh at last time.
Yeah, right. Well, do you mind? Thanks. Evening all, evening all. We're almost there. We're back for third time lucky. Does Becky do requests? She'll comment for you there, Martin. Don't you worry. I'm sure something can be accommodated. Thanks, Andrew Blobby. I just want to be like you.
Asked for fast car.
I asked for did I? I don't remember that. I was breathing in as well. Speak up or speak closer. Really? Is it that bad? No. Oasis Wonderwall. Really?
We had the last time.
Did we?
It's a joke. It's like what people play when they don't want people playing guitar.
Okay, so yeah, okay, Bobby, I need to see your haircut. Please send that through. How are you all doing? Where have we got people from today? Anywhere? We've got the Canadians on board today. We've got neighbours on, definitely. We've got family on. We've got colleagues on. Becky, you've been asked what you got for your birthday.
I know, I'm just reading that now.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, sorry. You can read those as well. I'll leave you to answer those in your own time. Almost there. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get cracking. She got a trip to New York, is what she got. Just not from New York. Men with mum and dad here, Oxfordshire, lovely. Ealing, okay.
The background's Nashville.
That's Nashville, Tennessee. So this is Becky's home studio. He brought friends, Nathan, Helen. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Helen. To York. We were up in York. Patricia the Stripper. Do you know that song?
I feel that's a joke.
Okay. And we've got Leicestershire on. Yes, I will start the quiz, thank you, Nick, when I have a majority of people here, because I still know there's a few people still waiting.
Yeah, wait for the Canadians.
We're waiting for the Canadians. There's a bit of a time lag over there. And after last week, when I started really late, more Becky, less me. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
Is that what you said?
Well, no, he might as well have said that. He just said more Becky, so blatantly less me. That's pretty much what he said in the politest form. We'll start in 2 minutes. So 2 minutes left. Malmesbury, not the one in South Africa. Why Nashville? Because Becky is a country singer, hence a guitar, and Nashville is the home of country music. Is that right? I got that right? Yes, I got that right. So yes, rather than this being my office, it is now her studio. I might have a quiet night.
Why?
Because my sister's not on the YouTube on her iPad.
Oh,
She's watching on
really?
TV, which means she can't abuse me.
But it also means you won.
Which means I'm massive. Yeah, oh, thanks. There's a couple of people complaining about that last week. Glam Assistant, where's Glam Assistant? She's lying down there doing her anagrams. Okay, I think we'll start there. We've got 40 odd.
Lots of people asking what's the theme of the anagrams.
Yes, I know. What is the theme of the anagrams? Right, so I'll get started. Okay, well, go through it. Usual thing. This week we've only got 6 rounds, and that's including the anagrams. For the anagram round, the theme is Disney characters. They are all animated. None of them are, well, some of them may have been turned into, they may have been turned into real characters, but they are big mainstream Disney characters and that includes Pixar and all that lot. So they're all Disney characters is the anagram round. Okay, we've got a few flyers onto that.
Sarah Davis doesn't get the anagram.
Doesn't get them or didn't get them?
She said, where are the anagrams?
Where are the anagrams? Sarah, I sent them on the email last night. On the email that I sent last night is on the email with the answer sheet attached. So if you have a look through your emails from last night with the details, had the answer sheet or with the anagrams on the answer sheet. So that's what I'll do every week for those who want to. And Sarah's found them. Okay, that's good. Right. So a couple of weeks. Obviously, this is a Good Friday. Happy Easter to everyone. I don't know what it's been like where most of you lot are because you're all spread everywhere. So yeah, welcome. We have the Easter special. So there is an Easter theme to it. And yeah, I'm enjoying some gorgeous sunshine today. Thankfully, I made sure I stayed inside after about 5 minutes because I wasn't wearing my Factor 50. Otherwise, I'd be bright red, not just from embarrassment on here, but from over burning. So we have the 5 rounds I'll read out. We'll have 10 questions in each round. We'll go then into the answers at the end. It is self-policing, so you're competing against whoever else you've invited on here, or against the person within your household. I don't mind either way, whatever you do. Just please try to avoid typing answers onto the commentary. That's the only sort of thing I would ask. Other than that, fill your boots. Yeah, so well, let's crack on. Yes, I'm very excited about this one. So, hey, first one of the night. Tick. Well, I didn't want to go too early on that. Right, so the first round is What a Riddle. I believe it's What a Riddle, or have I changed it? No.
You having a Jimmy?
You're having a Jimmy. Sorry, it's on your answer sheet. You're having a Jimmy. So, as the What a Riddle or You're Having a Jimmy may suggest, this is a riddle me round. First time I've done one of these, so good luck. I will read them out nice and slow. I'll read out the questions twice, and then I'll move on. And at the end of every round, there'll be an opportunity for you guys to shout out any questions you want to have repeated. Right, question 1. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? So that question is, I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? It's question 1. I'll give it a little bit longer between questions on this one. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? Question 2. What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? So that's what belongs to you, but other people use it more than you. Question 3. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? The more you take, the more you leave behind. The more you take, the more you get left behind, and the more you leave behind. Question 4. What comes once in a minute, twice in a month, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? Son, good work. Question 5. I don't know, Mum. I have no idea. So, question 5. What has many keys but can't even open a single door? What has many keys but can't open a single door?
It's because Bilbo Baggins solved the riddle.
Yeah, I know. I just said I don't know where he is. That's all. Thanks for persuading. Explaining, sorry.
Say that again.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you very much indeed. No, it's not deodorant. Number 2. What do you need again? Number 5 again. What has many keys but can't even open a single door? Question 6. I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What am I? There are a bunch of cheats on this thing already.
Really?
Yeah, they're all sharing answers.
How?
Well, there is a thing called WhatsApp groups, honey. That's fine. Team effort and all that, I guess. So, yeah, that last one was, I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What number am I? What number am I? Nick, you're lucky then. Leslie, I'll just try and fire over the email with the answer sheet. What? What I miss? Okay, so next one. 1 team, 1 dream. Okay. You didn't say that last year when we were on tour. And yes, I can, yeah, okay, Pierre, I understand. Right, question 7. What is always on its way but never arrives? What is always on its way but never arrives? That's number 7. What is always on its way but never arrives? Becky's birthday presents, yeah, thanks. I have a valid reason. Okay, sorry, that's it. I'm just sending it now. Okay, back to it. Sorry, guys. I just had to send someone the anagram round. Okay. DPD. Yeah. DPD, Royal Mail, any of them. Herms. Can't show preference, copyright law, and all that jazz. I'm sure they're all very, very good. Question 8. Where is the only place today? Where is the only place today comes before yesterday? Where is the only place today comes before yesterday? Have we got the Canadians on yet? You heard from Moira?
No.
No? Normally they pipe up with something. Shout out if we have any Canadians out there yet.
Yeah,
We have one. Is that hello, you've just arrived, or hello, you've just been quiet? Which one? Give us more. Give us more. I was just a little late. Okay. Well, I can repeat stuff for you later. Right. Question 9. What cannot talk, other than me apparently? What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? That's question 9. What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? And question 10, and a longer one. So, question 10. Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? So, Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? And that's question 10. Any shouts for repeats? Chuck them in now. Any shouts for repeats? Please chuck them in now. All of them.
No, that's hard.
You mean easy? They're listening. They listen to everything.
No, I just wanted to feel they can.
One again. Okay, I'll do one then. I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. I can be played. What am I? That's number 1. I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. I can be played. What am I? I'll go in order. I'll go 3. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? And that's number 3. Number 8. I'm just working down numbers there. Number 8. Where is the only place today comes before yesterday? Where is the only place today comes before yesterday? Number 9. What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? And Chris, number 10. Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? S'il vous plaît, sure. Number 7. What is always on its way but never arrives? What is always on its way but never arrives? Any more? Thanks, Nick. Any more repeats? We'll go quickly on to round 2, and then I'll give you a breather, grab drinks. It's supposed to be fairly laid back Friday evening. So the next round, It's more a let's celebrate some Easter. What did I put up there? What did I put?
Let's celebrate Easter.
Oh, I got it right. I actually changed the title on my answer question sheet as well. So yeah, let's celebrate Easter. So this is the Easter round. Are we good to go? Good to go? Generally, people seem okay. No one's shouting stop. Okay, right. Question 1. How many days after Easter Sunday is Pentecost celebrated? How many days after Easter Sunday is Pentecost celebrated? So that's number 1. How many days after Easter Sunday is Pentecost celebrated? Louise, I won't let you down. Just relax. I have plenty to go.
No costume.
I did not have an Easter egg bunny outfit from lockdown. That seems quite difficult.
You wouldn't go with my Jesus idea.
And I wasn't going to go with Jesus, no. Yeah, I thought I was just a little bit too close. Number two. What animal did Jesus ride on when he entered Jerusalem the week before his death? Number 2. What animal did Jesus ride on when he entered Jerusalem the week before his death? You may work out these are Easter related. Just saying. Question 3. Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ. After his crucifixion, Jesus rose from the dead. How many days later? So Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ. No, it's not a turtle, Jack. What Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion? Jesus rose from the dead. How many days later? Juliet, do not apologise. I can run through questions a bit later. We'll catch you up. Question 4. Well done, Bobs. Nikki, my sister's asking for help, Becky. Do you want to respond to her and say you're not cheating?
You can text me if you want.
She did text you, actually. Oh, no, she didn't. She texted the secret group that you were not involved in. Oh, yeah, your surprise birthday. Yeah. Well done, Nikki. You texted the wrong group. Okay, so question 4. Which Beatles song will you find the lines, I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen? In which Beatles song will you find the lines, I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen?
Matt said, well, that's not in the Bible.
No, these are not all Bible questions. They're Easter-related questions. No, I will not sing the chorus. Becky, can you sing the chorus?
I've never heard that song in my life.
Okay.
I don't know that one.
So that's a no. Sorry, Bobby.
I wasn't born that one.
I love the fact my sister's getting herself into trouble, and I've just seen the commentary on the side. It's brilliant.
Did you get into trouble?
Yeah, well, she was trying to do it secretly behind my back to ask you the Bible questions. But then she's texted everyone that was involved in the secret party.
But not me.
Yeah, well, not you.
You still haven't texted me.
No, she hasn't. No. Right, sorry. Sorry, we're having a private conversation there. Question 5. Which country has a museum with the largest collection of Easter eggs at 1,500 eggs? Is it from Switzerland, Russia, or Poland? There is a museum with 1,500 eggs from around the world, which is the largest collection. Is it situated in Switzerland, Russia, or Poland? Question 6. Where did the idea of the Easter Bunny originate? Where did the idea of the Easter Bunny originate? Was it A, USA, B, Germany, or C, France? So is it Germany, USA, or France? You don't have to do A, B, and C. Germany, USA, or France. So where did the idea of the Easter Bunny originate? I don't think Cadbury's a country, but you put that down. You put that down. Question 7. What did people wave as Jesus returned to Jerusalem? What did people wave? Oh, it does have Cadbury's Land. It's Cadbury's World, isn't it? I think it's Cadbury's World. Anyway, that's fine. I'm on to the next question now. What did people wave as Jesus returned to Jerusalem? And question 8. Question 8. Which South American country holds Easter Island? Which South American country holds Easter Island? Just topics of that. Cadbury's chocolate and Bournville. Yeah. So yeah, which South American country holds Easter Island? Question 9. Which two colours are predominantly associated with Easter? Which two colours are associated predominantly with Easter? To get this point, you have to get both of them right. Oh no, sorry, it's Easter. You can have a point for each colour you get right. But there's two colours that are predominantly associated with Easter. So which two colours are predominantly associated with Easter? Question 10. How many pieces of silver did Judas trade the life of Jesus for? So how many pieces of silver did Judas trade the life of Jesus for? Right, any more questions repeating? Any more questions repeating? Any more? Shout out. Any questions repeating? 7, Peter. Yeah, sure. What did people wave as Jesus returned to Jerusalem? That is, what did people wave as Jesus returned to Jerusalem? And that's question 7. Number 1, how many days after Easter Sunday is Pentecost celebrated? So yeah, how many days after Easter Sunday is Pentecost celebrated? Number 1. And then number 6, where did the idea of the Easter Bunny originate? Was it, it's not Cadbury's, it's not Bournville, but was it Germany, USA, or France? Juliet, was that you wanted me to read number 1 again? Any others? 8, 9, 10, okay. Number 8 was, which South American country holds Easter Island? Which South American country holds Easter Island? And number 9 was, which two colours are associated predominantly with Easter? I was about to read out the answer. And you get 1 for each one you get right, but there is 2. So, and then number 10 was, how many pieces of silver did Judas trade the life of Jesus for? So that's number 10. How many pieces of silver did Judas trade the life of Jesus for? Sarah, did you get that? Sorry, I was reading it out as I noticed you typed it. Any more for any more? We'll have a 2-minute break. Yeah, 2-minute break. We'll get the talented one back at some point shortly. Yes, 2 minutes, please. Grab a drink, do whatever you need to do, but 2 minutes, and then we'll get on to the next round. Although my colleague seems to have run off. Where are you on? Oh, you've got wine. Okay. Oh, 8. Yeah, Ken, you can go again. Right, 8. Which South American country holds Easter Island? Which South American country holds Easter Island? Nice to join us, Ken. Were you making gin and tonic again? Or have you just turned up to the quiz? Was that number 8 for round 1? Ken just logged on.
Seriously?
No.
I'm late as well.
That is late for him, isn't it? What? Yeah. Well, you ready? Right, so we've got a 2-minute break. Have you seen these challenges you have to do? That toilet roll. I have to keep me up. I'll see how many I can do. Okay. I'll you can see it bouncing up. Okay. Ready? I'm going to have to go faster. Flip. If you're going to pretend, at least do it properly. You have to go straight. I'm not going to believe anything like that. You're rubbish. Right, where's Carol Boardman? Gosh, useless. I'm supposed to be doing a practice.
We didn't practice.
No, we didn't practice that one. No, that was it. Oh, thanks. Thanks. He's just only the biggest shirt. Thanks. Oh, I think they saw your arm as well.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
That was not a rehearsed thing. Yeah. Anything's better than my golf. Right, okay. Are we good? We good? Juliet, and those who turned up late, just remind me to go through round 1 for you quickly at the end. Right. So we good to go? Thumbs up if you're ready to go, please, so I know. Didn't want to give it too long because then my sister would have a chance to get it on the iPad again. You good? Well, you didn't have to go very far. You're only there. You didn't have to go very far.
What do you mean go very far?
Well, you said that like, yeah, I'm ready with my wine, but you only have to go from there.
I couldn't find the thumbs up emoji, so I just picked the most used one.
The most used one is wine. How's your day? I need wine. Okay, good. Right, okay, good to go. And she's got wine, so that's fine. Okay, so we have to move on. Is the next round. We have to move on, and that's the name of the round. This is our history round. I had some requests last week for a history round, so many different ways of this coming in. We've got text messages and the comments as well. Okay, so this is history round. So question 1 of we have to move on. Is that what I've titled it on there?
Yeah.
We all need to move on. We all need to move on to this round. Okay, so question 1. Which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed? Which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed? And as I did before, I will give you a point for each name you get right. And it's entirely up to you if you're going to go with spelling. That's your bag. I'm fine with it. Question 2. In which year was Korea divided into North Korea and South Korea? So question 2, in which year was Korea divided into North and South Korea? Was it 1944? Was it 1943? Or was it 1945?
You see the options here?
1944, 1943, 1945. So it's one of those three. Wife number. No, names. I need names. Wife names. So which two of Henry VIII's wives were executed? The names of them. You'll get a point for each one you get right. Okay, it's
You only
number.
want two.
Sorry?
You only want the beheaded one.
Well, they don't know. They may not know how they were executed. You've just given a clue away.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but okay, the two beheaded ones. Question 3. Vietnam claimed independence from which country in 1945? So Vietnam claimed independence from which country in 1945? Was it Japan, Mongolia, USA, or France? I'll come back to that question in a minute. Vietnam claimed independence from which country in 1945? Was it Japan, Mongolia, France, or USA? No, Jack, I don't think they had electric chairs back then. No? No. My historian here tells me no. If I ask you something about yesterday or last week, no good. I'll ask you something about 10 years ago to 100 years ago, it's all good.
They were more than 100 years.
All right, whatever. Whose side are you on? Okay. No, not Cabrillon. Right, question 4. Aqua Sulis was a Roman name for which city? Aqua Sulis was a Roman name for which English city? Sorry, English city was that. So Aqua Sulis was the Roman name for which English city? How am I spelling that? Quite simply, I will type it now. So it's in the commentary, that's how it's spelled. It was a Roman name for which English city? There you go. Question 5. Question 5. Which year did the Titanic sink? Which year did the Titanic sink? Was it 1915, 1913, or 1912? Which year did the Titanic sink? Was it 1915, 1913,
Yeah.
1912? Some of them might. What? You mean you didn't want any options for any of the other ones? Question 6. In what year did the Romans, led by Julius Caesar, first invade Britain? Simon Cleaver, be quiet. No, I don't mean 1994 for the Titanic. It was not one of the options there. So, in which year did Romans, led by Julius Caesar, first invade Britain? No options. Should know it, apparently. And then question 7. Question 7. Tim Berners-Lee created what in 1990? Tim Berners-Lee created what in 1990? Question 8. As it's now Easter weekend and barbecue weather has been here for all of us down south. I'm not sure about the north, but the time's come for barbecues. What was ketchup sold as before it became a condiment? What was ketchup sold as before it became a condiment? Juliet, the anagram rounds are Disney animated characters. Disney anagram, Disney, yeah, animated characters. No worries. Okay, so that is the time it's going for barbecues, but what was ketchup sold for before it became a condiment? Question 9. Which country gave the US the Statue of Liberty as a gift? Which country gave the US the Statue of Liberty as a gift? And number 10, and then I'll read out any repeats. Question 10, who was the second man to walk on the moon? Who was the second man to walk on the moon? Any repeats? Shout them out. Any repeats? Any repeats from down there? Just waiting. Oh, there was one already. Question 2, Candice, are you ready for question 2? In which year was Korea divided into North Korea and South Korea? That was number 2. And your options were 1944, 1943, or 1945. Harvey, hey pal. Number 7, Tim Berners-Lee created what in 1990? That's number 7. Tim Berners-Lee created what in 1990? Question 6. In what year did the Romans, led by Julius Caesar, first invade Britain? That is, in what year did Romans, led by Julius Caesar, first invade Britain? No, we didn't miss one out. Where was number 7? 7 was Tim Berners-Lee. Created what in 1990? Number 8 was what was ketchup before it became a condiment? There's 10. Who was the second man to walk on the moon? Any more for any more? Flying through tonight. He was. He needs to concentrate on that. Yeah. Okay. 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Yeah. Please pay attention. 7 and 8. Tim Berners-Lee created what in 1990? And number 8. The time is coming for barbecues. What has ketchup previously been sold as before it became a condiment? Candice, number 2. In what year was Korea divided into North Korea and South Korea? Any more? Any more? Okay, right, so we've got 1 minute, 2 minutes, and yeah, back in 1 minute, and you're going to be serenaded, as usual. Slacking this week. First an appearance at some point, settle down, wave your face.
They already saw my arm.
Yeah, they'll be able to see your face. Good. Oh, yeah. Right, back in 1 minute. Just 1, 2. Okay, we're back. Thank you. Beautiful. The guitar plays good as well. Okay, we're all there. Still viewing. On to the movie round. Let's get excited. Are you all ready? What? Sorry?
The comments.
Scott is back, yeah. We're on to the movie round. Come on. Braveheart. Really? Freedom. There we go. Thank you, Peter. Finally. Someone was disappointed there was no. I'm glad I didn't disappoint. That's good. I aim not to disappoint. No, it's not a clue to number one. Are we all ready? We're good to go? Excellent. I'm saying we're good to go and excellent because, well, you're not shouting up. So, question one. These are quotes. You need to name the movie they are from. Say, question one. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? The quote is, I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? I would like to say they get better. I've been breathing in. Feel free to, like this video, just and the effort and the outfits. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Question two. I am serious and don't call me Shirley. I am serious and don't call me Shirley. That's what I forgot about this. Drinking is never easy. You got one. So that fist pumping and that means you got one right. There you go.
This is such a good film.
Okay, so question three. We get the warhead and we hold the world to ransom for $1 million. We get the warhead and we hold the world to ransom for $1 million. Question four. I'll have what she's having. Question four. I'll have what she's having. I don't shave my chest either, Bobby. Seriously, my parents are on here. Actually, are my parents still on here? Because was their broadband cut out again? And they run out of mobile broadband. There you go. Question five. It's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one. Question five. It's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one. Are you sending the anagram to someone?
No.
Okay, and next one. Question six. Just when I think you couldn't possibly any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. Oh, my mum's still there. Good. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Hope you're not cheating. So that's Number 6 was just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. Have we still got Northerners up here? I've seen Peter. Have we still got any other Northerners? I've seen we've got a couple of Canadians here. I've got a few of my neighbours around. And then we've got Blobby's Army Tour here.
My family.
Your family? Are they? Well, they're not chatting on here. No, I gathered. But I'm just saying from what I can see on here.
The same for the Northerners.
What happened? Gloucester is not northern.
No.
Oh, your auntie's up north?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course she is. Sorry, apologies. Okay, number 7. Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute. Number 7. Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute.
Maybe not even.
Well, at least I get reaction.
I don't know James. I don't know anything about him.
You should know that one.
Why would I know that one?
You're north of Cheltenham is northern. Yeah, I would have said M4. Oh, they don't have to chat. Because Becky didn't teach you here. I'm sorry. So that was her one job this week, was to teach you how to chat. Okay, so number 8. Okay, number 8. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Have you got that one?
Yeah, Maz told me.
Maz told you that one. The one. Okay.
Some terrible geography going on here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just wondered if the debate will be about that as big as it was about Capri World or Bourneville. Okay, so that was they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Number 9, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. So that's I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. And that's number 9. This is not my social distancing outfit. So it's just I don't know, it's just a bit of stuff I find lying around the house, spice things up. Number 10, the final one, and then I'll do repeats. So a couple of questions, 4 and 5 to repeat there. Number 10, you're a little scary sometimes. You know that. Brilliant, but scary. Number 10, you're a little scary sometimes. You know that. Brilliant, but scary. I've got repeats there. So 4 and 5 repeats. 4 and 5. Number 4, I'll have what she's having. So that's number 4. I'll have what she's having. Number 5, it's not a man purse. Number 5 is it's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one. Ken, you don't know how lucky Becky is. She just gets to see me just running in and out and outfit changes. Right, 1 and 3. 1, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll do 1, 3, and then one and 3, and then 4. 1 is I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? And number 3, we get the warhead and we hold the world to ransom for $1 million. And number 4 is I'll have what she's having. I'll have what she's having is number 4. Any more for any more? We'll have a very, very quick pause while I remove
Did
this.
you do number 9? Sorry.
Number 9. Ah, finally. Number 9. I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. Any others? Number 4. Number 10. Number 2. Okay. Number 2. 4. Okay. Number 4. I'll have what she's having. Number 10. You're a little scary sometimes. You know that. Brilliant, but scary. Of course, number 2. I am serious, but don't call me Shirley. I am serious, but don't call me Shirley. We good? Right, 1 minute. Just want to get that off. I'll ask her to serenade you.
No one asked.
Yeah, they did. We're waiting. Near them. Well, that awkward silence. Right. It's the sports egg round. It's supposed to be my rugby ball. Let's stay. Okay. Number 3. Number 3. Do we still need number 3 there? We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million. Okay, are we all good? Are we back? Everyone happy? We are into the excited to play sport again. That's supposed to be a play on a rugby ball, egg, rugby. Didn't get it. It's not very funny, I know, but it's fine. Are we good to go? Good, Nick. I'm pleased. I'm sure we'll get along very well. Next week, my dad's expecting a duet next week. Yeah, again, he's put that into the wrong group where you're not in. They're all just texting the group that you're not involved. Yeah, the secret Becky's 30th. It's so secret. They're still messaging you and you're not there. Okay, are we good to go? That's very good, Jack. Right, okay, so we're good to go. Excellent. Right, let's crack on to the next one. So excited to play some sport again. These are going to be unusual. I've spent some time researching some. So good luck with this one. So I will give you multi-choice wherever I can. Unless some people, if anyone gets 10 out of 10 on this, I will be mightily impressed. Question 1. Egg rolling competition on the White House lawn was started by Dolly Madison, the wife of US President James Madison, in which year? So egg rolling competition on the White House lawn, which is an annual thing, except for this year, obviously, was started by Dolly Madison, the wife of US President James Madison, in which year? Was it 1814, 1810, or 1816? So which year did the President James Madison and his wife start the egg rolling competition on the White House lawn? It was 1814, 1810, or 1816? Question two. What is the fastest recorded time for the 100-meter egg and spoon race dash? What is the fastest recorded time for the egg and spoon race 100-meter dash? Was it 20.12 seconds? Was it 16.59 seconds? Or was it 19.39 seconds? So which is the fastest 100-meter dash with the egg and spoon race? Was it 20.12, 16.59, or 19.39 seconds? Question 3. What was the fastest time to be swam around Easter Island? That island that I discussed earlier. I didn't look at the rules, Bobby. I'm afraid I didn't check the regulations. So I don't know if it was glued. We'll just go with no, it wasn't glued. What? I don't know.
That's the way you said it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
No. Question 3. What was the fastest time to be swam around Easter Island? So your options are 19 hours and 8 minutes, 20 hours and 20 minutes, or 19 hours and 26 minutes. So how long was it fastest time to be swam around Easter Island? This round took a while.
It's a good, smart.
Question 4. Which state in the US, that is, which state in the US hosts the American football match where they compete for the Egg Bowl? Which state hosts the American football match? I think it was clockwise from memory. Thanks. So which state hosts the American football match where they compete for the Egg Bowl? I will just need the state of the US. And question 5. Swatton, that is Swatton in the UK, hosts the annual egg throwing world championship. But when was it started? Swatton in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship. But when was it started? Was it 1996, 2006, or 2016? So Swatton in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship. But when was it started? 1996, 2006, or 2016? Good. You have no idea.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be alone. Question 6. Nick Easter played rugby for Harlequins and England. But his father, John Easter, was also a sportsman. He was ranked first in Britain and ninth in the world at what sport? So Nick Easter played rugby for Harlequins and England, but his father, John Easter, was a town sportsman and was ranked first in Britain and ninth in the world at what sport? Was it badminton, squash, or BMX racing? So what was John Easter ranked first in Britain and ninth in the world for? Was it badminton, squash, or BMX racing? Okay, I'm really pulling at straws here. So egg chasing, which is also known by the names of rugby union and rugby league, are the ability for very high scoring matches. Which sport, rugby union or rugby league, has recorded the highest score line in international level? So between rugby union and rugby league, which one has the highest recorded score line at international level? That's not difference, that's just highest score line. Rugby union or rugby league? Jack's just having a conversation to himself. Crack on, Jack. You're doing well.
It's quite the same.
Yeah. Okay. Question 8. Question 8. Which county in the UK hosts the biggest ever egg and spoon race recorded? Which county in the UK hosts the biggest egg and spoon race recorded? Is it Lancashire, Yorkshire, or Cumbria? Is it Lancashire, Yorkshire, or Cumbria? So that is the biggest egg and spoon race ever recorded. I'm just hoping we are out of lockdown this time next year, so I'm not doing this around again. There is little to nothing on Easter.
You don't have to do a sports fan.
Yes, you do.
How
Shh.
many times?
We are not having a domestic on live. I will see you at the end. Question 9. When did egg-shaped ball game rugby union get introduced into the Olympics? Was it 2016? Was it 2012? What were the options? Sorry, 2016, 1900, or 2012? Of course, thank you. See, listen. So when did egg chasing, the game of rugby union, get introduced into the Olympics? Question 10, final one, question 10, the final one of all the rounds, actually. Flying this week. When was the first ever women's form of the egg-shaped ball game rugby hosting a World Cup? So when did the first ever Women's Rugby World Cup take place? Was it 1995, 1999, or 1991? So when was the first ever Women's Egg Chasing Rugby Union World Cup ever hosted? What year? Bobby, I think she's going to come back to you with something. Just wait. That's 5 and 9. So 5 is Swatton in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship, but when was it started? There's not. And number 9 was, when did rugby union first get introduced into the Olympics? Was it 2016, 1900, or 2012?
What was that one?
Number 10, sorry. What are the options? Number 5, 1996, 2006, or 2016? That's 5, there's the options. And then which one did you want, sorry? Number 10. Which year was the first ever Women's Rugby World Cup played? Was it 1995, 1999, or 1991? I assume a lot of this will be guesses. Martin, I don't think you'll be alone. Any more repeats? There was options for 5. Yeah, I've done that. 6 and 7. Sorry, yeah. So 6 was the egg chasing game of rugby union, rugby league. Both have the ability to score very high game scores. Which one has the highest international score? So that's number 7. So number 7 is, which of these two sports, union or league, had the highest recorded international score? And number 6. Nick Easter played rugby for Harlequins in England, but his father is also talented. John Easter was ranked 1st in Britain and 9th in the world at which sport? Was it badminton, squash, or BMX racing? Number 8 was, which county in the UK hosted the biggest ever egg and spoon race? Was it Lancashire, Yorkshire, or Cumbria? Number 9, when did egg-shaped rugby union get introduced into the Olympics? Was it 2016, 1900, or 2012? And number 10 was, when was the first ever women's egg-shaped rugby World Cup? And number 5, again, Swatton in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship, but when was it started? 1996, 2006, or 2016? That's number 5. Any more for any more? Any more for any more? Six, please. Yeah, sure. Nick Easter's father, John Easter, was ranked 1st in Britain, 9th in the world. At which sport? Badminton, squash, or BMX? Four, yeah. Which state hosted the American football match where they compete for the Egg Bowl? So which state in America? Chris, you are having a mare there. Yeah, that's fine. So shall I just go back from 1 all the way through? Is that easier? But okay. Number 5, Swatton in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship, but when was it started? 1996, 2006, or 2016? Right, are we okay to have a 2-minute pause? I just need to grab a drink. You have got anagrams to do, so hopefully those are all done. If there are any questions for any rounds quickly, please fire them through. I'll read them out before I go through the answers, so you have split seconds to go through and chuck in any last minutes. What else is there? House cleaning to do. Yeah, so all those who donated, fantastic. Thanks so much. Forced me to come back on Good Friday. We managed to raise £335 from Live Check Now, a target of 500. So that was brilliant. So thank you very much. I say hopefully it's it all helps. So thanks for contributing. but not so thank you for that, because you made me come back, because you beat my £250 target I set everyone. So yeah, welcome to this week's one where I will set a target of, there's 335. If we can get to 335, let's say if we get to 400, I'll do one next week. Yeah. 450. She's putting 450 in there. So if we can get to 450 by next week, I will do a quiz next week. That's it. Yeah. So 450 quid for next week. So that's the Just Giving page. So I've sent that out in the links. So thanks everyone for donating so far. There's been some really very generous ones out there. And yeah, so right, okay, I'm going to grab a drink. Fire over questions. Julia, I haven't forgotten that you want me to kind of run through round one. I don't think you're going to be alone. So I think my cousin was late. There's no surprise. Right, so guys, 2 minutes, no serenade, so just sort yourself out and bear with us. So yeah, all right, back in 2 minutes. Cheers, guys. I will meet you. Thanks. We're back. Okay. Yeah, come on, Bobby. Where's the emails? Are we all good to go? Answers. So sorry, Juliet, you wanted some questions read out again. I'll quickly read out. Any more, Juliet? Which questions do you need reading out? Can you just let me know what in round one? Try and read through where it was. Okay, I'll quickly read out round one for you, Juliet. So I'll fire through these and then I'll do the answers afterwards. So it was riddle me round. So this is quite tricky. So apologies to everyone else. You've already heard these. So question one, I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? So that's I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? Question two was, what belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? Question three was, the more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? That's the more you take, the more you leave behind. Question four, what comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? So that's what comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years. Did you get all these? No. Okay.
I can't do these.
No. Just a lie. They can't hear you.
I just put egg for everything.
Question five was, what has many keys but can't even open a single door? What has many keys but can't open a single door? Number six, I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What number am I? I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What number am I? Number seven, what is always on its way but never arrives? What is always on its way but never arrives? Question eight, where is the only place today comes before yesterday? Where is the only place today comes before yesterday? Question nine, what cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? That's question nine. What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? And the last one, sorry, it was quick fire, was Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? So that Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? Right, is everyone else good to go? Thumbs up when you're ready. Please just thumbs up. Thumbs up and I'll start. Sorry, Juliet, but I don't want to keep everyone all night, because I'm sure everyone's got loads of other things to do in lockdown. So thumbs up, yes, everyone awake, everyone alive, still there, no worries. We've got one thumbs up. Any more for any more? Are we good to go? Are people still awake? Mim's ready. Hi, Mim. I hear you hanging out with Becky on WhatsApp. Good. 2 thumbs up for Sarah. She's keen this week. She obviously has a good day with the baby today. She's not too tired. Can't find a thimb or a thumb even. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Born ready. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. I'm trying to work out what is that a light bulb? Okay. Oh, Peter's doing a dab. Excellent. Excellent. Right. Okay. That's enough. We'll go with that because there's probably only about 8 people watching this anyway. So I don't know what these it's something like 41 or something on the top screen. So no, another dab. Yeah. Excellent. Right. Okay.
He knows.
He knows. Yeah. Yes, Mim. I'm aware. He does tell me what's going on. Right. Question 1 of the Riddle Me round. What did I say? What was it? What I put on yours? You having a Jimmy? Jimmy Riddle. Okay, so Fleur, that looks like the front of your house right now, with all the eggs and all the flowers. Right, question 1. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? I'm a joke. Sounds like I said that about myself then. I'm a joke. I'm just a massive joke. What am I? A joke is the answer to question 1. And no response is needed from anyone on that. Question 2. What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? Nick. It's not deodorant. It's your name. Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate it. Thanks. So, what belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? Your name. Question 3. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Footsteps. Footsteps. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Footsteps. Question 4. What comes in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? The letter M. The letter M. Are you just writing crosses? Just where you put egg, egg, and egg?
Why you so resisting?
It wasn't the whole thing. Do you understand how long that would have taken? Right, so question 5. What has many keys but can't even open a single door? Do you have a guess?
Music.
A piano.
Oh.
Many keys, not a few keys. Many keys. I'm not going to have this discussion because I know you'll argue the case for something else and I'm wrong, but the answer is a piano. Question 6. I'm an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What number am I? The number is 7. Take away an S and it's even. Number 7. What is always on its way but never arrives? The answer is tomorrow. Tomorrow. Question 8. Where is the only place today comes before tomorrow? So, sorry, comes before yesterday. Where is the only place today comes before yesterday? The dictionary. The dictionary. Question 9. What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to? What cannot talk but will always respond when spoken to is an echo. An echo. And question 10 to finish the Riddle Me rounds. Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing his hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? He was bold. He was bold. Okay, so on to straight on to the next round. If we're happy, can you just, we're happy, just thumbs up quickly. If we're just going to keep flying through so people can just switch off having to have me on there. I heard some people who are having me on their widescreen TV, so I apologise for that. I appreciate I have the face for a radio, nor the TV. But I'll try and fly through these answers. We're happy to do that. Good. One. Be more. If you have a problem, then we can say stop. That's fine. Just shout. I'll crack on. But if anyone's got any problems, then I'll get more dabbers. More dabbers. And we've got yeah. Now it's just the emoji central. Hey. Yeah. Look at that.
One more.
Moira, what is that? Is that money?
Is that a cow? No.
I can't see. I can't lean in because that's just making it worse for people who have me on TV. I'm just looking closer, really very close up for you. Sorry, I'll do that, and I'm looking closer. Okay, good. Right, okay, I'll just crack on then, kids. I think people are wanting to switch off for Friday evenings. Okay, 10 out of 10. Nice, Martin. Good work. Okay, right. So, question 1 of the Let's Celebrate Easter. So, how many days after Easter Sunday is Pentecost celebrated? There's 2 potential answers to this, and I'll accept both. It's 49 days, but it is 50 if you count Easter Sunday. So the answer is 49, but if you put 50, I'll accept it if you're counting Easter Sunday. So that's 49 or 50 if you're counting Easter Sunday for question 1. Question 2, what animal did Jesus ride on when he entered Jerusalem the week before his death? The answer is a donkey. And if anyone wants a really interesting fact, on the back of a donkey's back is actually a cross. You happy now? It's a good fact, yeah. So if you want to Google, actually on the back of every donkey is actually a cross. So there you go. Something fun you've learned. Question 3. Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion. Jesus rose from the dead. How many days later? Oh, well done. Well done, Emily. Well done. The answer is 3. 3 days later, he rose after his crucifixion. Emily, in future, when I open my bar up again and do this pub quiz in live version, not on widescreen TVs or laptops, I'm not inviting you if your dad's coming, because that'd be unfair on everyone else. Right, question 4. In which Beatles song will you find the lines, I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen? The answer is, I am the walrus. That's why they wanted me to do the chorus.
Because it rhymes.
I am the walrus is in the song.
Okay.
That's right. I'll play you that one later.
Okay.
Okay. We'll give you some music education. Something past 1990. She was 30 on Wednesday. She enjoyed lockdown with me. 30th birthday. Question 5. Which country has a museum with the largest collection of Easter eggs at 1,500 eggs from around the world? You had 3 options: Switzerland, Poland, and Russia. The answer was Poland. The answer was Poland. Poland has a museum for 1,500 worldwide eggs. Question 6. Where did the idea of the Easter Bunny originate? Not Cadbury Land, Cadbury's World, or Bourneville. It was actually originated in Germany. They started as a hare, actually, I think it was. It was originally the idea, but they changed it to a rabbit, but it was originally started in Germany. Question 7. Question 7. What did people wave as Jesus returned to Jerusalem? The answer were palm leaves. He waved palm leaves as they entered Jerusalem. Question 8. Which South American country holds Easter Island, or holds hosts, or as part of it? The answer is Chile. The answer is Chile. And question 9. Which 2 colours are associated with Easter? Remember that you get a point for each of these ones you get right. I'm so generous in this holiday period. The answer is purple and yellow are predominantly associated with Easter. See, purple. And I can't find any yellow to show people. Yeah, I'm done. That's fine. Move on. Question 10. How many pieces of silver did Judas trade with the life of Jesus for? So how many pieces of silver did Judas trade the life of Jesus for? It was 30 pieces of silver. 30 pieces of silver. Okay, since it seems to be a common thread of just crack on, I'll go on to, we have to move on in the history round.
Crack on.
I dropped that one in, and
Yeah,
I didn't even know it.
I was appreciating the pun.
I think my parents have dropped off again. My dad just asked, am I still there? Yes, I'm still here. Okay, so next one is history round. Let's go. So question 1 was, which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed? Hang on, sorry. Can you respond to my dad?
So you get a point for each.
You get a point for each name you get right. So which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed is Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. So Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. Number 2, in which year was Korea divided into North Korea and South Korea? The answers you had were 1944, 1943, or 1945. It was, in fact, 1945. Question 3. Vietnam claimed independence from which country in 1945? The answer was France. I gave you 4 options of Japan, Mongolia, and USA. The answer was France. I gave you France as an option as well. Question 4. Aquasulis was the Roman name for which English city? The city of a great rugby team. Oh, not bad. Bath. You said Bath. They may, some of them may, if they, they're north of the M4, they may say Bath. Whose side are you on?
No one's side.
No one's side. Yeah, remember that tonight. Is Bath. So, question 5. Which year did the Titanic sink? Big up, Bath. Was the other rugby shirt I could have worn, but which year did the Titanic sink? It was 1912. Was 1912. Question 6. In which year did the Romans, led by Julius Caesar, first invade Britain? So answer 2 and 3. Sorry, we missed it. 2 and 3. Number 2 was the 1945, was the Korea split. And number 3 was France, was the country in Vietnam claimed independence from. So that's 1945 in France. So in which year did the Romans, led by Julius Caesar, first invade Britain? It was 55 BC. 55 BC. Tim Berners-Lee created what in 1990? For question 7. It was the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web. Not the internet, World Wide Web. Question 8. The time of year is barbecue season. Well, it has been this weekend. What was ketchup sold as before a condiment? Now, in 1834, it was sold as a purely an indigestion tablet or cure for indigestion.
Does medicine count?
Medicine will count. I will take medicine, but it was sold as a cure for indigestion. Question 6, anywhere with 400. Yeah, I'll accept anywhere with 400 years. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, go with that, Chris. It's fine. And then, so yeah, so question 8, I'll take medicine. That's fine. But it was actually sold as a cure for indigestion. Question 9. Which country gave the US the Statue of Liberty as a gift? The answer was France. France gave the US the Statue of Liberty as a gift, which is where I'm supposed to be right now. The one for the coronavirus. But I'm talking to loads of people, preaching to loads of people. over this on a Good Friday. Anyway, so moving swiftly on, I'll just pick up that tear. Question 10, who was the second man to walk on the moon? Second man to walk on the moon was Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin. We all know the first one. Okay, and the famous movie quotes. Question 1. Anyone needing a repeat to those last ones? Any of those last rounds? Everyone happy with the last rounds? Number 10 again. Buzz Aldrin. You got 10. I mean, what? Yeah, you got it. Didn't mean to act so surprised. For history. That's why you want history all the time.
Now I'm about to get one.
Famous quotes, even now. Okay. Question 1. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? Is a quote from the movie Meet the Parents with Robert De Niro. Beth, Simon, for you, I'll take either. That's fine. Question 2. I am serious and don't call me Shirley is from the movie Airplane. From the movie Airplane. Question 3. We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million. Was from Austin Powers. Question 4. This is the one you get right, isn't it?
No, to be fair, I did get that thing.
Okay, right. I'll have what she's having is from the movie When Harry Met Sally. Yeah. Let's say. Question 5. It's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one. It's from the movie Hangover. Question 6. Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. That's from Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. 7. Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute. It's from the movie American Pie. That's why I said you should have named that.
I know people say that quote all the time, but I've never seen the film.
Yeah, but you know it was from that film.
No.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
No, it's popular.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Number 7. Yeah, so number 7 was American Pie. Number 8, they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. And I was hopefully dressed similar enough to it. What was it? Braveheart. Braveheart. Number 9. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. It's from the movie Notting Hill. Number 10. You're a little scary sometimes. You know that. Brilliant, but scary is from what movie? Harry Potter. See, that's like, what you got there? 5. You smashed it. Right. Okay. So that's 5. Right. 2 more rounds to go. Right. Excited to play some sport again. First question. Egg rolling competition on the White House lawn was started by Dolly Madison, the wife of US President James Madison. In which year? The year was 1814. I think he was president from 1807 to 1817. So 1814 it started. Question 2. What is the fastest recorded time for the 100-meter egg and spoon race dash? If it's into house, Juliet, then yes.
Yeah, I give myself.
Number 1, please. Sorry, Sarah. Number 1 was I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? It was from Meet the Parents. Sorry, you would say what?
I was an extra point.
Okay, so Landlady says yes, an extra point. You get an extra point if you could name what Potter film it was. Which one was it?
It was the first one.
The first one. There you go.
Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone. There you go. So yes. Oh, you've already answered that. That's fine. Okay. Well, you guys have a private conversation. I'll carry on. So the egg and spoon race dash. The fastest time was it 2012, 16:59, or 19:39? Actually, 1939 was the record, but in 2013, Sally Pearson from Australia won the record with 16 minutes, 16 seconds, and 59 milliseconds. So it was 16.59 seconds done in 2013 by Sally Pearson from Australia. Question 3. What was the fastest time to be swam around the Easter Island, which we now know is Chile? Yeah, probably Glue, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, Blobby. So what was the fastest time to swim around the Easter Island? It was 19 hours and 8 minutes by Sarah Ferguson in 2019. So it was 2019, so a recent record. 19 hours and 8 minutes. Apparently she's actually the first person to try it. So well done to her. So question 4, which state hosts the American football match where they compete for the Egg Bowl? Actually has a movie that covers it. Blindside, it was the Mississippi State. It's between Mississippi State and Ole Miss football. So the answer is Mississippi. Question 5, Swatton in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship, but when was it started? 1996, 2006, or 2016? It was 2006. Was there an A, B, and C? Yes, there was. Sorry, Martin. There was 1908 for that question 3. It was 19 hours and 8 minutes, 20 hours and 20 minutes, or 19 hours and 26 minutes. So it was A. That one, 19 hours and 8. Then Swatton was in the UK hosts the annual egg throwing world championship. It was 2006. Which one? That one was B. Question 6. Nick Easter played rugby for Harlequins and England, but his father, John Easter, was ranked first in Britain and 9th in the world at which sport? Badminton, squash, or BMX racing? It was squash. And number 7, egg chasing, or better known as rugby union and rugby league, have the ability of very high scoring matches. Which sport has the highest recorded scoreline? International rugby. It is union. Hong Kong won 164 points to 13 against Singapore, so it is a international level match in 1994. Whereas league was Australia versus Russia, and that was 110 to 4. So the highest one was union, rugby union, was the answer to number 7. Question 8, which county in the UK hosts the biggest egg and spoon race recorded? Was it Lancashire, Yorkshire, or Cumbria? The answer was Lancashire, and it had 1,445 participants in 2012. Question 9, when did the egg-shaped ball game rugby union get introduced into the Olympics? Was it 2016, 1900, or 2012? The answer was 1900. It started as a 15-man game in the Olympics, but after 4 Olympics, it was cut. It was then reintroduced in 2016 in the sevens format. Number 10, when was the first ever Women's Rugby World Cup? It was either 1995, 1999, or 1991. The answer was 1991. First ever Women's Rugby World Cup. Okay, and then we're down to the anagrams. I think that's it, yes? Anagrams? Cool. Right, anagram round. First one of that was Mickey Mouse. The first one was Mickey Mouse. So obviously Disney characters. The second one was Rapunzel. The third one was Cinderella. The fourth was Tinkerbell. Fifth was Sheriff Woody. Sheriff Woody from Toy Story. Number 6 was Buzz Lightyear. Number 7 was Lightning McQueen. Number 8 was Mr. Incredible. Number 9 was Hercules. And number 10 was Peter Pan. Peter Pan. So, okay, so that's all of them. Anyone else? Anyone else need some repeats on anything? Any other repeats? Any other answers? Any of the rounds questions again? So, what do we say? Say £450. If we get to £450, I will do a quiz next week. What else to say? So yeah, if you want to do next week, that's fine. Happy to do next week, but yeah, we need to raise it to 450 quid. That might be helped along as I'm running a egg hunt, Easter egg hunt around where I live here on Sunday for the kids here. And then I'm also going to sit on a chair and let them throw sponges from a safe distance of 2 meters away from me. And every time they throw 5, they have to donate to charity. So they may help you along if I have a few of the adults want to join in on Sunday. So that may hurry that along. But yeah, thank you all for the donations so far. Been great. It's only been a bit of fun, but thank you for coming. Good scores coming in. 52. Jeez, Jake, that's good. Mim 47, well done. Bobby, always a pleasure for you, sir. Always a pleasure. Thanks for all for coming. Remember, it is open to anyone else, so I don't care if you want to invite friends and family, play against your next door neighbours, which quite a few people are doing here. So yeah, it's all good. It's a bit of fun, and now we're raising a bit of money for some amazing people. Bobby, I hope your wife is recovering from her shift on the intensive care unit. People like her are massively helping, so thanks for that. Got some good points there. Right, well, yeah, I'll see maybe some of you next week. Thanks again. Have a lovely, beautiful weekend, and I'll catch you all soon. And keep an eye out for emails. If the funds come in, then I will drop everyone an email and notify you if the quiz goes ahead. Other than that, have a great weekend. Bye all. That bit where they sort of like talk and pretend they're talking.
Oh yeah, when it's
Yeah.
All right. That's a really shit show, by the way. Yeah. That's always what.
I'm right here.
That's why I imagine they're saying to each other.
Oh, I thought you were just commenting on what I just said.
Like 10 minutes now.
Very good. All right, well, on that one. Bye, Zara. See you later. Yeah, sun's out, guns out. Don't forget the likes. Do the likes. Take a like. Take a like. Why can I? That's 10 likes this week.
Your sister said you're still on. We know we're still on.
I know, people are still watching. See how I hold out. You know that long stare at the end of the program where they like zoom in, long stare.
No, they always talk to each other, but I always imagine they're just abusing each other.
So I reckon my sister's just going to hang there and wait until I hang out. Just holding and holding and holding.
You phrase it on her skin.
Oh, you should. She's just taking a photo.
No, your sister just.
Yeah, exactly. So of course I'm frozen on the photo. That bit. Cheers, pal. See you later. Have a good weekend. No worries, Grezza. Right, can we have ice cream now? And birthday cake.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable now?
Are we still on live?
I think so, yeah. At least we didn't have the meltdown. No worries, Lawrence. Catch you later. At least we didn't have the meltdown that I had last week. Where it didn't work.
Yeah.
No. Still 16 people viewing. But I've got 12 likes, so I'll have that. I'll take that.
You got 12 likes.
Yeah, 12 likes. Biggest one yet.
What?
I'll see if I have any dislikes. Okay, I wish I'd ended that before that came out. You did not hear any of that. Bye all.